Hey, and welcome to our weekly recap of More Than Just Task Management. My name is Anna Angelova. I'm a business coach and consultant and a co host of this daily podcast that helps you build a thriving business. And if you are a returning listener, you know that Saturdays we do a recap of the week, like what we discussed Monday to Friday. And today it's not different. We are looking back with some of the key lessons and some of the key takeaways. And as I'm saying we, it's me and my co-host Jores Minasfand. Hey Jores, morning.
Hi Anna, hi everyone. Happy Saturday. Yeah, so we today we're doing a complete recap of the week. Take it away, Anna.
Yeah, we are doing a recap of the week. And this week, if you have been joining us during the week, you know that our focus was on leadership. And we start because leadership in business, like it's really like you are as the business owner, you are the leader. Like one of the hats you wear is as a leader. Yes, you might also wear the hat of a manager and also the hat of a doer, right? The expert. But one of the most important things, and especially as you build your business, is for you to be the leader of the business. And it all starts with self leadership. And that's why we started the week with emotional intelligence. And here is the thing that Joris was busy, so I talked about emotional intelligence and how important it is. And just a quick summary. So, emotional intelligence is all about being able to understand and manage your own emotions, and then also being able to understand and help others manage their emotions, like figure these things out as well. And this helps in sales. Like when you are in a conversation with a prospect or a customer or a client, this helps with your team, how you lead your team, how you manage your team, being able to, again, understand and manage your own emotions first, and then also read a room, know that someone is frustrated or angry or confused or whatever it is, right? And it's not in today's world where we have so many generations working together, right? Like for the first time in history, we have in the workplace, we have generations spanning from uh, like uh, like you have boomers, we have uh, millennials, we have I'm missing the one in between Gen X, I think. Yeah,
Gen
Gen
Z.
X. Gen X. Then we have Gen
Oh,
Z, and like
oh,
these are all people working together. And then we also have, especially here in North America, but also in the bigger cities in Europe and around the world, we have a big diversity of people from different cultures, different backgrounds. We have women and men working together, and like, it's so important managing your own emotions. Like emotional intelligence is not a nice to have. It's not a soft skill. It's actually a necessity for a thriving business in 21st century. So, anything to add, Joris? I know you were not part of this conversation. I was on my own. Anything about around emotional intelligence, how it shapes sales, leadership, decision making?
it actually it's I think an integral part, and I have seen all different levels of it. Case in point, we were on a call a few weeks ago, and this guy runs a multi-million-dollar division of a big corporation. He is so immature that we were having a conversation, global conversation. There were like 10 people from his team. He is the top guy of the whole team. And he started screaming in the middle of the call because he didn't like one comment that I made, and he hung up. And then his manager, who is a complete opposite. He's in Germany, and he's very mature, and he actually stood there and he apologized for his boss's reaction. So I had to go in and I said, well, maybe he's having I think he was driving, and I started making excuses for the guy. Having such an low emotional intelligence, you can be the best manager in the world, but you just discredited yourself, your entire team in front of a vendor client. And imagine you're in the middle of a conversation. This was just a weekly status meeting. Imagine if he was in the middle of a negotiation of a big contract. and he did this. It's done. So I think it's an integral part of a person's decision making and growth. I mean, a lot of people don't. Some people get promoted because you're just next. You're just a check mark. You go ahead now. You own this. But yeah, emotional intelligence is key. I find it very key.
It's always so amazing when you have those examples of how it impacts both in the like what not to do and what to do kind of thing, right? Like having those examples, I find it so useful. And thank you for sharing an example of how the low, like having low emotional intelligence, low EQ, how it impacts how it can show up. And like you said, this was a weekly status call, but what if it was during a negotiation or something like this? And the thing that how we do one thing is how we do everything. So, yeah, absolutely. Okay,
Yeah.
this was Monday. So if you're actually curious about learning more about emotional intelligence, if you didn't listen to the episode on Monday, which would have been April 28th, go and check it out. Tuesday, Jores was with us. And we talked about intuition and how powerful it is. And it's really an overlooked business tool. And yet, some of the best business leaders, some of the best managers, some of the best, like the CEOs we all read about, they have used and they use their gut feeling, their intuition uh, for so many decisions. And intuition allows you to see things that it's hard for your brain to explain. Like it's hard for your logic to explain. How do I know this? Like it's knowing without knowing how you know. And part of it comes from your own experience, and then the other part comes from the fact that we all can tap into universal knowledge, universal information, and sense things and see things that, again, like that gut feeling that we don't know how, like sixth sense, whatever you want to call it. um, so uh, I saw that actually on our YouTube channel, quite a few people were interested in this episode, and there were thumbs up on the episode. So if you have missed it, go and listen to it. It's a topic that we rarely discuss, just like with feelings and emotions. We rarely talk about these things in business, yet showing up as a whole human being with your emotions, with your intuition, and of course your logic is such a key part of being a 21st century leader, of leading a successful business. Mm. So yeah, Tuesday was all about the intuition, and I'm wondering, Joris, anything from your side, anything you want to add from our conversation, like a big takeaway or something you want to reinforce for our viewers and listeners?
No, I think we're you covered it very well. Yeah, intuition is great, gut feeling, and we talked about it's not something you learn; it's accumulation of years and years of experience that you get. But it's something very important to listen to and you know make sure that you trust it for sure.
Yeah, and it's a skill you can develop, of course, absolutely. You can develop that skill, like you said, when you listen to your intuition and see, oh, this time it worked, that time it didn't, so you can hone and understand it better. Cool. Okay, moving to Wednesday, middle of the week. We were talking about recruiting, attracting people who are actually aligned with your mission, aligned with your values. And this is so important. Nowadays, yes, it's like if you need someone with analytical, logical thinking, right? Analytical mind, yeah, you want to look for this. But like the thing is that, especially like let's say programming, right? Some of the programming languages that were even 10 years ago that were used are not used anymore. But when you are an analytical person, when you have the logical thinking, uh, moving from one programming language to another, it's easy, right? It's easy. The important thing, though, is like what we discussed is really focusing on people who align with you, with the right mindset, with the right attitude, how key this one is. And some of the things we talked about, one of the ideas was for you to actually look within your community, like even maybe your clients or people you're on your email list. Maybe some of them are
Mhm.
your next best hire.
Yeah, those who actually align with your culture and values, right? Mission, vision. You can always find them, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things also as small businesses, again, if you missed this one, go listen to it because we share a lot more details there. But one of the things which as small businesses, like a lot of times we can't compete and offer someone the salary that they would get at a corporate job, right?
Mhm.
But what we give is exactly that mission, that purpose, that belonging to a cause that's bigger than us and really making an impact. So doubling down on this, changing job descriptions that are like don't use boilerplate, like copy paste, like those boring ones, right? So again, listen to the episode. It was actually really, really full of very insightful ideas, and I highly recommend if you missed it, go and listen to this one as well.
Mhm.
And then Thursday we went into talking about corporate culture and why it's important for you to get training in this so you understand everything about culture in your business and for your managers to understand it. And ultimately, when people join, like when you hire someone, when you recruit someone, you want them to get into your culture from day one. Mm, and shifting, like the thing is again, you've heard it all, right? Uh, Culture eats strategy for breakfast. You can have the best plan, you can have the best strategies ever, but if your people, if your culture is destructive, if it's um, all about competition or things like this, that
Win,
can really
lose, win, I
win.
win, you
Yeah, yeah,
lose. Yeah, culture, yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah. The
I
best
live that
plans
on
will
a
not
daily
work.
basis. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And one of
Mhm.
the articles we have on our blog post, one of the blog posts we have on our blog, right? Recently, last month or the month before that, was all about something that we see people use it at so many companies. I'm like, wow. I was so surprised that people use this kind of thing. Like in sales, you have heard this one with, you might have heard, right, about um, hunters, gatherers, and what was the other one? Trappers. I'm like, what?
Wow.
It's like this thing comes from like how can you have a hunter? Like how would you feel if you are on a target list of a hunter?
Mhm.
Personally, right? So corporate culture is so important, and it really drives even drives the strategies, right? Because when you look at this perspective from win lose, I need to win, I need to kill, right? Go and kill.
Mhm.
You get attracted to strategies that talk about killing, the strategies that have um, hunters and trappers
Mhm.
and gatherers.
Oh,
So
yeah.
very, very important culture.
Absolutely.
And
I actually have an interesting example last week, even, and not 20 years ago, not in 1985. Someone was bragging. We were talking about partnering with other companies and then go with to our customers. So make an offer bigger. And this guy actually admitted that he was part of a partnership, and he was the one who actually took the business from the other partner. And I looked at him and I'm like, but that's unethical, that's immoral, and that's a lose-lose situation because that partnership could have been very big. Other places you could have, but that he was so short-sighted and just the money here, right now, this money, I gather this. Everything goes in my pocket right now. I don't care who loses. And these people actually take that to their own families and to teach it to their own kids and dealing with their neighbors everywhere. It's such a uh, anyways, I get irate and we're just doing a recap, so let's move on.
oh, I love your passion. I love your passion, and this is one of the things. Yeah, of course, like we're so passionate about building a thriving business. And there are key things from what you mentioned. One thing is that culture starts with you, the business owner, the leader. It all starts
Mhm.
with you. That's why, like, one of the things we do with our clients is we take them through the energy leadership index assessment, where they see where they are, so they can work on themselves first, and also, of course, help their team. And then because you all know, right, that the fish starts rots from the head. It all starts with you. The culture starts with you. And then the other key thing you mentioned, that it goes away from, like, it's not just within the business. This thing impacts the families, impacts friendships, communities, which brings us to the conversation we had on Friday, which was yesterday actually. So if you missed it, go listen to it. And if you miss any of the episodes, right, like, go listen to them. The weekend is a perfect time to catch up. Yesterday, we talked about the different roles we have outside of the business, outside of the boardroom, right? Because we are all leaders. First, we lead ourselves, right? How do we lead ourselves? Even getting out of bed in the morning is a way we lead ourselves. And then the second part, of course, is how we lead others. And at home, you're a leader. With your friends, you're a leader. Even if you don't hold a official position as being a leader, we are all leaders in one way or another. And we don't even realize that people look up to us, that people get influenced by us. And one of the key takeaways for me from our conversation yesterday was that it's really important to say no to certain things. And because the thing is that when you say yes to something, you say no to everything else. And setting those boundaries, you are a leader even just by showing up authentically and leading by example, without putting that much effort and things like this. So just by leading by example and saying, no, I'm not coming today. No, I'm focusing on my family and I'm not coming out for drinks today. Or the other way around, right? It might be that it's an important business meeting we have on Monday, let's say, so we're working on the weekend. So no soccer practices, no things like this. And again, it needs to be a conscious choice, right? It needs to be something that it aligns with your values, who you are and what your focus is right now. Mm, so this was for me the biggest thing was the boundaries, right? That because we are leaders in so many ways, and trying to be everywhere at the same time for everyone, it's a sure recipe for burnout and ultimately failure.
Very well put. Very well put. It's yeah.
Anything else to add?
No, I think we're good. We're good. You put it so well. I don't want to taint what you did. It's like, shut up, don't say anything.
Oh, you have so much to add though. Like you have so much experience, and everything you share is so valuable. But yeah, this was the week. This week, everything was about leadership, starting with leading yourself, and then continuing with how you lead teams, and even outside of the business. So, if you missed any of the episode, again, go listen to them, subscribe, like them,
Share, comment,
share.
tell us what
Absolutely.
you want to hear about. Like you said, we have a lot of experience and we can share a lot. And that's what we're on this podcast every day. Sometimes I can't join because of issues, but we're here every day to share and help. And again, we would love to hear more from our audience, so we know the stuff that we're talking about is actually geared towards our audience. From our experience, we choose and we think what is valuable, but we'd love to hear from you. Message us, IM us, like us, share us, please, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow when we kick off the next week. And next week it's all about intelligent growth, different systems, different tools, automations, AI.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Don't get
we
me
are
started.
moving.
Get off this column. Don't get me started. AI, sure.
We are moving to the technology part of people processes technology, right? This week was people related. So we're moving towards technology next week, and a lot
And
of our expertise is there.
Yeah, and interestingly, as AI, as you mentioned, is coming, process and technology are starting to blur the lines, where process technology is starting to sort of enable, if not take over, the process and become one through automation and all that, but we'll talk about it.
But this is the thing: if your process is inefficient, ineffective, and inefficient,
Oh, of course.
Even when you put technology takes it over, it doesn't make it effective and efficient. Like if you are
No, no,
doing
no, no.
the wrong thing in a wrong way, the technology doesn't solve the problem.
Actually, in that case, technology would exacerbate the negative. It will make it even 10 times worse, 100
Exactly.
times worse. Yeah,
Exactly.
actually. Well, we'll talk about that
Yeah,
next week.
we will. So join us tomorrow when we kick off the week, for a fun Sunday morning chat with us. If you want to catch us live and see us, our faces, we are on the Plandor channel on YouTube, so you can see us live in the morning there. Well, morning our time, right? So it's 10 a.m. ish right
Eastern
now,
time, yeah.
Eastern US Canada time. And yeah, thank you for listening. Have a wonderful Saturday, and we'll be back tomorrow with the new week.
See you,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Jores.